Mm, Quiet. Shut up.
LaBeouf did the "He Will Not Divide Us" thing.
Yes.
And then they were like taking the flag down. He had to keep moving that flag, and then all of a sudden Shia LaBeouf put the flag out in the middle of the desert with a camera pointing up, with just the flag blowing in the breeze. And then 4chan spotted a plane flying overhead, determined the destination of the plane, used all sorts of math, found out where that was likely to be. Within 12 hours, they knew from the sky where that was and went and took down the flag and put another flag up.
This is why it's important to go outside and play and make friends and have sex with humans.
Technically, they did go outside. They were just watching this thing to wait for a plane to go by, and they went, "All right, let's go. Let's get this thing." They just dedicate themselves to doing this stuff, and they end up patting themselves on the back. Hey, I like that the LaBeouf bit. That's great. They have chased that around so much. I think he's got it up at some place now, and it's on top of a building, and then like on a spire, and then on a flagpole on top of that. So it's physically impossible for somebody to actually get up there. It was physically possible to get it up there. It's possible to get it down. It's a challenge. They tried with a drone already. I mean, this is what these folks do. So that's where that all went, and I'm sure they're all high-fiving each other and celebrating what they see as some sort of great victory. And there is a level of trolling to it that's just brilliant. Here is Daniel with a first ever dispatch. Thank you, Daniel.
Congrats to the first-time listener winning live trivia.
Look at that.
Jeez.
Scoop it
Have
in
a great day.
and still victorious. Just barely. Here's PMFG with the first ever dispatch.
Hey, News Junkies, just following up on the writing on the back window when I was younger. Used to have the word horny across the front windshield of my car. Pretty big letters. And I would go out to Daytona in spring break. And,
Wow.
you know, girls would want to stop and get pictures taken, and never got pulled over by the police, though. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of the day. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
Well, you got to be careful because some people are. There was a guy earlier who called in, we talked to, who had a bumper sticker, got pulled over, went to jail for the bumper sticker being offensive. So if you got something like that on there, right now we're sort of in a limbo. We shouldn't be. It's freedom of speech. It's freedom of expression. And in the end, that will win out. But for now, you better watch out at the very least.
Real Radio 94.3 and online at realradio943.com. And back to News Junkie Weekend Edition. Download the app and earn a badge that matches your corrupt soul. The News Junkie.
Get back into your dispatches in a moment. Lots of thoughts on the things we've been talking about throughout the show today. And that's the point of this, right? You, too, can be part of what's going on here. You don't have to wait in line on the phones and that terrible phone quality and all the other issues that come along with that. I know some shows you sit there and wait like 2 hours. Maybe somebody picks up your call. This way, you just take a break from whatever you're doing. You get into a nice, quiet spot. You send over this dispatch that you wanted to send from the news channel right to it. This time, we're talking about somebody who only had one job in Australia. So they're down under. That might not have an impact on this. It might. I'm not going to let you know what's going on. Their job was to oversee the printing of some new bills. Money, currency, $50 bills in Australia money.
The Bobby.
And they did something wrong, even though they only had one job. What do you think this person did at the Reserve Bank of Australia? They said, we're so sorry that this happened. We're going to fix the error in the next print run. But for right now, 46 million of these went out with something not right. What do you think it was, Sabrina?
I think that they misspelled Australia.
Oof, they misspell Australia. Okay, what do you think, Seelane?
The actual number of the currency.
You think they put like a wrong number of the value of the currency?
Yes.
I'm going to give it to Sabrina as being closer because it was a spelling mistake.
Yeah.
On the front of these $50 Australian banknotes, and they misspelled the word responsibility. a part of a speech, a famed speech that Australians are familiar with.
That's hilarious because it was their responsibility to get it right.
Yes, they only had one job. One job. The text that contains the error is small. Most people really need to look at it to see it. But they said, we're embarrassed. We're going to fix this on the next run of the bill. And then this will be one of those fun things that they use to date stuff. Like if you have this, it could be some sort of collectible. It's hard to have a collectible with tens of millions of the same thing in circulation, but if you go way down the road, people will look at that. It's like, I don't remember them all, but there's a bunch of stuff you can look at on a dollar bill or $100 bill. Things that you'll see on that bill that will tell you where it was printed, if it's a replacement bill, and different things that make it valuable. One thing I didn't know, and I had one of these when I was little, and I was such a dope, I wasn't tuned into this. I had one when I was little that was misprinted, where the ink on the bill itself was crooked and off, like on two sides. And I had it, and I go, oh, this is weird. And then I went and spent it at the grocery store. And since then, I've seen anything you have like that is misprinted or off.
Big money.
Those are worth money. And it's crazy to me, but they don't have a lot of mistakes that eke out of the system. So if you do have one, save that. Just keep that in mind. Let's go over to the dispatches I was talking about. Here is Josh with a dispatch for the News Junkie app.
What up, News Junkies? So, about the whole OK symbol thing being racist.
Oh, the baseball.
So now...
Why does it always take so long to get into here?
Because that's the
Holy
sign
shit.
when you're underwater saying, I'm okay, there's no problems.
These guardhouses, man, they're paying the
It's just
fucking
kinda
ass.
ridiculous in my opinion.
Of course it is.
All right, I'm out.
Also, basketball players put it up when they get a three-point shot. Well, there's a million reasons for doing that, which is why it's brilliant to make that the racist thing. Because now everybody sees it all over the place. And it's also, and what Josh is talking about, was there was somebody who went to a Cubs game at Wrigley Field this week, big baseball fan. And as they're sitting there, they walked behind a live shot, and it appears that they put like the OK sign down, and it was captured in the broadcast. This person has been banned from Wrigley Field, can never attend another Cubs game, and they were like so apologetic about how this white power symbol was broadcast on their television. What it shows you is how stuff evolves. Like, there was somebody that was the first person, and I don't know why they would have done this, but the first person to stick their middle finger up at another person. And then I guess that had to become offensive to the other person. Because if I just stick my pointer finger up in your direction, it's not going to bother you at all. But we associate the middle finger with, like, this terrible thing. At least in our culture we do. You know, in the West, it's viewed as some way to say F you to a person. But that has to develop over time. And what these people are doing as this kind of deep-level troll is accelerating that process, which is made much easier with the advent of social media, with
GoPro
the
start recording.
humanity that is our modern media landscape, and with people who have a decent amount of...
Hello. Dave Perlman on Blue Sky Pool Service. Perlman. Dave Perlman. Perlman. Pearlman. I think. Yeah, Perlman. He lives on that road, the big circle. Huh? Perlman. Like a pearl? Like a pearl in the ocean? Perlman. Maybe it's P-E-R-L. Maybe he's spelling it differently. I know there's a couple ways to spell that, right? But he lives on that circle road around that big lake. Sorry, I don't know everybody's house numbers. I'm on his permanent list too. Oh, yeah. You had to call him? I'm on the list. Been coming in for years. Holy shit. I think I'm on the list. He said I'm on the list. No? I'm going to go make sure. If that's the case, he's lying to me. All right, thank you, ma'am. Yeah, he just sent me a text. I know I'm on the list, Dave. I know you put me on that list like last month. So I just saw your text you just sent me. They're just too lazy to look at their stupid computers, man. These fucking guards are a pain in the ass. That's why they all need to go, and everybody should just have Envira. You know? Guys, get out of the way. I'm trying to go. Come on, man. Oh, I'm so tired. So tired. There's fucking pools all over the place, man. And most people don't even use them. They put a pool in the backyard and they hardly ever use them. I spend more time in people's backyards than they do. I know you.
I love that. Are you kidding me? Oh, is he U.S. citizen? Let me ask you, Freddie, did you have, and I could be wrong with my dates,
What?
did you have another interview
I did.
with the match game?
I did.
Okay, because last night I went to church and I said a prayer.
Did you?
Yes.
So yeah, I had another interview yesterday afternoon at 3 o'clock. And I'm going to be honest, I didn't feel as good about this one as I did about the first two.
You're being hard on yourself.
So this time it was two women,
Yeah.
and they were in different, so it was like two different screens on my computer. And they both, one was there to kind of initiate the call and the conversation, and the other woman was there to ask me questions
Okay.
about, batch game questions.
Okay.
So I was playing along with the game.
Could you give us an example if you remember?
So,
No? Okay, I'm sorry.
no, it's like with match
hate
game.
grapes.
No, it's not. In other words, you just have to say yes. Let's say Antonio is, and I'm just giving an example. It's not one they asked me, but Antonio is an Italian vampire. Instead of sucking blood,
Eats pizza?
you could say eats pizza, but he sucks like marinara sauce would be good,
Oh, okay.
or red wine. And then you give an answer, and then all the celebrities have to match what you say.
Okay.
So we played again, and first they did the whole same thing. So asking questions about my life. Are you married? Blah, blah, this and that. Asked about the radio show. And then asked why I signed up for Match Game, how it came along. And then we did the questions, and she told me, this round is going to be harder than the last two that you did. Because
Okay.
we played Match Game in the last two calls I did. And they were. These questions were a little tough, that they had to kind of lead me to the right answer, because I would say an answer, and they were like, well, kind of listen again.
Oh.
I know. They were like, listen closer.
Sounds like
Kinda
in the bedroom.
Yeah, and kind of listen to the clue.
Listen closer.
Yeah.
That's not it.
Listen to what I want.
What? That runway's not open.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Keep
going, Freddie. What's stopping you?
I don't know. That was just I'm just having visuals. So that was because before it was like I was banging them out, doing so well, and I think maybe I got one wrong out of 10, and they were like, yeah, and she would pop up the answer, she had the answers already written down.
Okay.
So this time, like I said, a couple of them, especially in the beginning, it took me a little time to warm up.
Yeah.
I got a few of them that weren't in their eyes correct. And
Okay.
so they had to move me in the right direction. Finally, I would get the right answer. But you don't have that opportunity. One and done.
Yeah, but I'm sure it's not only you. Other people probably go through the same thing.
Yeah. So eventually it started. Last few I did well, a couple. So that's what made me kind of like, all right, I kind of blew this. I don't know what happened. But then at the end, she said, you know, you did a good job. She's like, some of the answers that may have not been, she was like, a celebrity may have picked them. She's like, they did make sense. She's like, so maybe you might have got one or two, but it's not the mass answer we would be looking for.
You should have challenged him.
I'm not going to challenge him.
I don't think you know what you're talking about. I am a celebrity.
So she did. The only thing that makes me feel confident in that I may move forward is that she said that I should be hearing back from them in a week or so.
That's good.
And that's the thing. If I don't, then I guess I'm screwed. And then she also said, because I told her I'd stream it on Hulu because I cut the cord, because she, of course, was asking if I watched the show. She was like, so do me a favor. She was just like, watch the show. She was like, watch more episodes, stream it. She was like, and when the question's answered or asked, pause it, write down your answer,
Okay.
and then hit play and see if you match the celebrities.
That's cool.
So that kind of made me feel like, all right, if she's giving me a homework assignment,
She wants you to, she's thinking there's going to be next level.
then maybe that means something. Because why else would she be like, you know, watch it, play along. And so that's the one thing that made me kind of like, all right, well, maybe I got this. Maybe I got the bag.
Is there a big difference between the version that was done in the 80s and the version now with Alec Baldwin?
No.
Is there really a lot of difference?
No.
Or is it pretty much the premise of the game?
Same, Jimmy. Yeah.
I think you have an advantage, though, because you're on the radio. You make a nice appearance. You have a nice smile. And I think they want stuff like that.
And that's the thing, like, you have to be cheesing the whole time while you're on Skype. You got to be smiling and excited.
Did you say to them, now, look, I have a big fan base who might want to come up. How many tickets can I expect?
How many? I mean, at least close friends, family.
We're talking like maybe
300-400.
300-400.
No, that's too many.
I just say it. I just want
Studio audience, free tickets. Well, typically with stuff like that, it's free, right? When you just have to, even with like the Late Show,
you just get them.
I believe it's free. You just have to sign up and get
You
them.
have to sign up. Yeah, but I mean, if you want somebody, like if your husband goes with you, or iHeartMedia, or maybe Bob Pippin might come.
Maybe Bob might come.
Oh, wow.
You never know.
Huge.
Brian Olsen,
Oh,
our big
man,
voice.
the pressure.
He might come. Great.
Pressure.
They might come. I might be the celebrity. I'll be like, oh my God, Granny.
On the panel, celebrity.
Oh, could you imagine that? Now that would be heaven.
Because we so much connect.
I love it.
That'd be awesome. Spell cat. C-I-T.
Yeah, but so when you think about the celebrity, so you haven't seen the
I've never seen the show ever.
And not even the old one back
No.
in the 70s?
I don't remember it.
Jimmy, I know you're familiar with the show. You haven't seen the Match Game, the new one?
No, I haven't seen it with Alec Baldwin, and I'm wondering if that's on, because I don't have Hulu. Maybe I can
It's an
see some
ABC.
episodes.
Yeah,
It's on ABC?
Yeah.
All right, I'll have to look it up there.
You probably can. But, you know, when I'm talking to celebrities, it's people like Caroline Ray, a lot of comedians, Cheryl Hines, if you like...
And that's how it was back then, too.
Yeah. Jane Krasowski. I mean, like, good, decent celebrities.
Yeah.
But we're not talking about, you know, like Jennifer Aniston or...
Sure. Now, again, not being familiar with the game show, and I'm sure a lot of people in the audience may or may not be, can you stay on like 2-3 days, like Jeopardy, if you keep winning?
No, it's one and done.
Oh, it's one and done.
One and done.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's not bad. Like a one-night stand.
Yeah, just like, I know their name.
Okay.
Not like last name.
No,
I know
but
their first name.
What was her first name?
Liz was who was doing the interview.
Elizabeth?
Liz, yeah.
Liz, that was Liz. Not for nothing. You get back to me in a week, because I got Jeopardy breaking my stones, too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know.
Caviar's not cheap.
That brain of mine, really good at that kind of trivia.
You never know.
Oh, man, I try.
Sometimes, like...
I want to feel stupid. Watch Jeopardy.
Who's going to be up for, what's that card game he's doing? Card Sharks?
Jokers.
Jokers?
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff on the plate, I got to be honest with you. Jimmy, I know it is Mother's Day, and I know you had something that you were talking about with, I think Jimmy Fallon did something with just some stuff with Mother's Day. Is that possible?
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, this was, what did Jimmy Fallon, he read mom quotes.
Yep.
This is pretty good stuff.
Now I thought I'd share some of my favorite mom quotes from you guys. Here we go. This first one is from Emmy Sikora. She says, my mom once called me at college and asked if I could help her figure out how to save her document in microwave office. Right? This one is Imagine Haran, 13. She says, my mom and I were going to a buffet and she put some Tupperware in her purse. I asked why. She said, it's all you can eat, not all you can eat there. This
one's from Nard Jerry.
I love Nard.
He says, I asked my mom if she was planning to come to my graduation, and she said, "You're my fourth child, so no."
I'm terrible.
This one's from Colby Barron. He says, growing up, instead of saying, "Don't make that face or it'll stick that way," my mom used to say, "Don't make that face or you'll end up looking like your Uncle Roger."
Wow. Poor Uncle Roger, man.
Oh, this is my last one is CJ Dawn 236. She says, "I can't find my hookers." My mom while searching for Christmas ornament hooks.
Nice. There's always things that your mom says growing up that you remember when you get older. You look back and you say, "Oh God," or things that she said to you. I remember years ago there was a girl who was working in Bloomingdale's, and she came to my house for Christmas, and she went up to my mom and said hi, and my mom didn't remember her. It was like 3 months later.
Okay.
And
how long were you dating this girl?
4 years.
Oh, wow.
No, about 2-3 months.
Okay.
And she went up to her at the counter, and my mom was going to purchase lipstick. So she recognized my mom. She was like, "Hi, how you doing?" You know, and she just said hi. And my mom was like, how are you? And you could tell. She said, "I could tell your mom didn't remember me." And she's like, "I was dating G for a while, and I came over Christmas. It was such a nice time." And she goes, "And I really felt like, you know, it was the holidays. You really went out of your way." And
Yeah.
I tell people about it. And she's like, I don't remember you.
Still.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
man.
she said to me, like, she goes, I was mortified. She goes, because the girl I worked with came over. So she goes, I didn't want to push it, but she goes, I was getting a little like, ugh.
Yeah, like she wanted her to remember her.
Yeah, she goes, I came back to her and said, you have to remember me. She goes, we sat by the fireplace and we were talking and you were showing. She goes, honey, there's so many.
Oh my God.
There's so many of them, honey. I can't keep up.
I would have been mortified. I would have been, if I was in that girl's shoes.
Yeah, so I remember telling my mom about that. And I'm like, did you go to the mall? Yeah, I went to the mall. Why? You keeping tabs on me? I said, no. I said, you know, you bumped into, don't you remember I brought her? And she goes, no, gee, I don't remember. I remember your father's ex-girlfriends because he was a whore master. I'm like, all right, stop. I don't want to hear about my dad right now. There's a new one every week. I said, you thought that was okay to say to her? She goes, why? What's the big deal? I said, Ma, just don't do that in the future. I said, she was over like 6 hours. She helped you clean up. She goes, I don't think she did. Oh, God. So moms do things over the years. If you ever have anything funny your mom said, we'd love to hear about it.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Or something that got embarrassed or whatever. Who knows? I got a couple good mom stories during the course of the day.
Oh, yeah. I got a good liner I'll give you guys when we come back, too.
Oh, yeah. They're awesome. Everybody's got one. It is the Penthouse on a Friday. Appreciate you guys listening. Remember, we had another winner, so you got your first opportunity at 11 o'clock. Francis is here, Jimmy's here, and when we come back, we got a trifecta. And I'm going to tell you something that I was shocked to find out. The NFL will be involved with the Game of Thrones Sunday night.
Real Radio 94.3 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. We are iHeart Radio stations.
iHeartRadio is now #1 for podcasts, and we'd like to say thanks. Thanks for downloading and listening to some of our 25,000 hit podcasts, and thanks for letting us introduce you to some of our favorites, like Disgraceland, the Ron Burgundy podcast, and Anna Faris is Unqualified podcast. We know we have something for everyone, so find yours now on the iHeartRadio app. Oh, and listening is always free, even if you want to download them to your phone so you can listen later. Your music, your station, and #1 for podcasts.
iHeartRadio.
This report is streamed live on our iHeartRadio app. Download it now.
Hi, everybody. I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Michael Eric. We're some spotty showers and thunderstorms, mainly across the interior sections through mid-evening. Otherwise, partly cloudy overnight with a chance for a random coastal shower. Lows in the low to mid-70s. Spotty morning coastal showers will yield to a 50% chance for afternoon and evening scattered showers and thunderstorms. Moving closer to the coast, a hot high on Mother's Day of 91.
This report is sponsored by White Castle. Want to add some fun to your dinner routine? Serve White Castle sliders. They're easy to make, always delicious, and come in varieties that your family will crave. White Castle sliders, the perfect meal for any night of the week. Pick them up today in the freezer section.
Hi, my name is Christina Stumble, and I own Farm Girl Flowers in San Francisco. With my Spark Cash Card from Capital One, I earn unlimited 2% cash back on all my business purchases. Last year, I redeemed $115,000 in cash back. Yeah, $115,000. and that doubled our digital marketing budget for the summer. Thanks to my Spark Card, we had our best summer yet. Imagine what the Spark Card from Capital One could do for your business. What's in your wallet?
Real Capital One customers pay for real stories. Credit approval required.
And now, a quick comparison from Grasshopper. When picking a phone number for business, what sounds more professional? Your personal number?
Hold on, let me give you my cell. And actually, let me get yours too, just so I don't ignore your call, you know?
Or a dedicated business number, courtesy of Grasshopper.
It was a pleasure meeting you. Our number's 1-833-IT-TROOP. Give us a call anytime.
There's no contest. Put your best voice forward with Grasshopper, the virtual phone system for small business. Try it free at grasshopper.com.
Are you a real movie fan? Play Shuffle, the addictive new way to test your Hollywood IQ from Newbie. Test yourself with a mix of challenging movie trivia anytime, anywhere. Think you've got what it takes? Start playing now at newbie.com/shuffle.
Okay, family, announcement. Our smart home is online.
Cool, Dad.
Yeah, smart light, smart fridge, smart thermostat. The smart speaker plays music or answers questions. Like this. Check it out. Question: what animals besides humans have chins?
Can't find home internet. Super impressive, Dad.
Okay, hold on. Question: can you find the home internet?
Can't find home internet.
Smart house!
Your home is only as smart as your internet. Get fast, reliable internet with AT&T Fiber. Speeds up to 300 megabits per second and DirecTV. Save when you bundle for $75 per month for 1 year after discounts with 24-month TV and 12-month internet agreement. Limited availability. May not be in your area. Check eligibility at att.com/fiber300. AT&T. More for your thing. That's our thing.
And 6919. New residential customers includes internet 300 and select TV package. Speeds not guaranteed to vary. Requires auto pay combined and vehicle is still. Price is higher in the second year. Pay $80 per month until discount starts at free bill. Equipment lease early termination equipment non-return taxes, other charges and restrictions apply.
Welcome to Ziphole USA Internet Police Edition. With Facebook banning more users, confusion grows as to what exactly will get you banned. For the latest opinions direct from the Zip app, here's Christina Staffo.
Louis Farrakhan, Alex Jones, and Laura Loomer are some examples of recently banned Facebook users. All have been at their respective games for years and have not done anything recently that they haven't already been doing. So what changed? NBC's Miguel Almagar reads that statement from Facebook.
We've always banned individuals or organizations that promote or engage in violence and hate, regardless of ideology.
If Facebook has, quote, always done this, are you confused as to why Louis Farrakhan and Alex Jones are just now getting banned? At about 87%, a ton of Zipholers say yes, it's very confusing. Adding to the confusion, Mark Zuckerberg tries to clarify what'll get you banned.
We're working hard to completely remove groups if they exist primarily to violate our policies or do things that are dangerous.
If we're talking speech only and not obvious calls for violence that should be banned, do you believe that Facebook has a responsibility to label someone dangerous, or should Facebook remain a platform and let its users decide? This one's kind of close, with 53% saying Facebook should allow all speech and leave it up to the users to decide what's dangerous.
Thanks, Christina. Download Ziphole USA in your favorite app store today. Share your opinions and make sure your voice is heard. We'll have poll results every day on the trending topics taken directly from the Zip app. Thanks for listening to Ziphole USA.
Hi, this is William with Jensen Moving and Storage. I'm here to make your move a smooth one. I'd like to introduce you to one of our satisfied clients.
Hi, this is Woody. I have a commercial real estate business in town here called Progressive Properties. I've known Jensen Moving and Storage for 40-odd years. I would never hesitate to recommend these guys to anybody. They do wonderful work, and they're honest, dependable, and reputable.
We're ready to handle your next move. Toll free, 1-833-2-MOVE-YOU. That's T-O, move, and the word you, or jensenmoving.com.
Welcome home, welcome home, welcome home. Today, business happens here, and virtually anywhere. Because today, innovative companies are reinventing the way business happens, and they need people who can keep up. With the expertise and technology to get packages to over 150 million delivery points. So, who can help you deliver the future of commerce? The United States Postal Service. See why we deliver more e-commerce packages to homes than anyone at USPS.com/future.
Blue Star Medicated Ointment gets 5-star reviews from our loyal users for fast relief of the pain and itch of almost any skin irritation.
Blue Star soothes insect bites and fungal infections.
It really works on the summer rashes I get every year.
I had psoriasis on my elbows. Blue Star worked wonders.
Amazing stuff. Smear a bit on and the itch is gone.
Look for the white box with the Blue Star in the first aid section. Feel Blue Star work fast or your money back.
What happened? You
used to go hours without visiting the bathroom. Now it seems like you're constantly getting up to pee. Listen, the makers of Super Beta Prostate are introducing a new wonder pill, Super Beta Prostate P3 Advanced, with 3 key ingredients that are great for your prostate. To celebrate, your first 30-day supply is free. Pay shipping and handling. Get P3 Advanced free. Call 1-800-257-5251. 1-800-257-5251. 1-800-257-5251.
Wesley had IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Coming after my house, my car. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
Wesley called Optima Tax Relief.
Oh, they were great people. Optima Tax. They know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-973-7700. 800-973-7700. Optima Tax Relief. And now, a quick comparison from Grasshopper. When picking a phone number for business, what sounds more professional? Your personal number?
Oh, hold on. Let me give you my cell. And actually, let me get yours too, just so I don't ignore your call, you know?
Or a dedicated business number, courtesy of Grasshopper.
It was a pleasure meeting you. Our number is 1-833-IT-TROOP. Give us a call anytime.
There's no contest. Put your best voice forward with Grasshopper, the virtual phone system for small business. Try it free at grasshopper.com.
Hi, my name's Christina Stumble, and I own Farm Girl Flowers in San Francisco. With my Spark Cash Card from Capital One, I earn unlimited 2% cash back on all my business purchases. Last year, I redeemed $115,000 in cash back. Yeah, $115,000. And that doubled our digital marketing budget for the summer. Thanks to my Spark Card, we had our best summer yet. Imagine what the Spark Card from Capital One could do for your business. What's in your wallet?
Real Capital One customers pay for real stories. Credit approval required.
Real Radio 94.3 and 101.7 on the Treasure Coast. We are iHeart Radio stations.
Whoa!
You're listening to The Penthouse, brought to you by OffLeaseOnly.com. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 94.3 and on the Treasure Coast at 101.7.
Yes, it's The Penthouse on a Friday. Don't forget the Love Doctors at 2 o'clock. Dano and Luke and Dr. Glenn will take you home 2 to 7. Good show, a lot of fun, and make Friday afternoon perfect. Johnny's out today. Franny is here.
Oh, hi. Like you.
Sort of about it. Jimmy's up there in the studio. Good morning. Jimmy, thanks for responding.
That's like you.
No problem. At this time of the show, we do What the Florida, if you're ready.
Oh, no, I'm ready. I was in the zone, sorry.
Franny's ready.
Florida.
Did you say
Florida. I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
So this is a very interesting story. There is a Florida man who years ago took a piece of Stonehenge Monument. So this is the iconic 5,000-year-old Stonehenge. And they ended up sending him a message. So Robert Phillips is now 90 years old. And he's originally from the UK, but now he lives in Florida. And they were doing some kind of renovations back in the day. The company he worked for they were contracted to repair and reinforce some cracks that they discovered in Stonehenge.
Okay.
And while he was there, he ended up taking a piece of it.
Okay.
While he was doing the job.
Yeah.
They said it was about he said he kept it as one of his trophies. It was about 42-inch piece of stone. And so, like I said, years later, I mean, it's been a long time. He's cherished this thing, but now, he's up there in age. It's been 60 years since he's had this thing. 60 years. So now he's up there in age. He decided to travel all the way back and go back to the people over there and give them back the piece of Stonehenge, part of the monument. And they said they are extremely grateful to have this piece of history that he took from 60 years ago.
Oh, I think you tell me something else. You're going to say, we're looking for you. It was a death.
No.
Yours for a stone. What's the interest?
It's the English Heritage who took it, and they said they expressed a gratitude for the return of the ancient piece of rock. So the guy is not in trouble.
Thank God.
No, they said the last thing we ever expected was to get a call from someone in America telling us that they had a piece of Stonehenge.
Awesome.
Yeah. So that happened. And then we also have, this is when we start getting into the weird mess. There's a lot of mess stories in Florida for some reason.
I don't know why.
I don't know why either. This happened in Panama City Beach. And now James State is facing drug possession charges because he called 911. And why did he call 911? Because he thought a man was chasing him into a campground bathroom.
Okay.
He told 911 operators that the man was attempting to break in, and he was hiding, and he was scared for his life. So deputies responded, and they actually took videos, and they showed him the video as well. Like, look at you, this is you.
Nobody's behind you.
Nobody's behind you. Nobody's chasing you.
What do you say?
Well, when they ended up investigating the area, they found his car nearby, and the K-9 was deployed. They're like, got the K-9 unit. They're like, go check it out. And there was drugs.
Nice.
Lots of drugs. They found meth, some hypodermic needles, a digital scale.
CES on wheels.
Yeah, he had a scale too, just in case he got measure his drugs. You never know.
You got a customer, you want to be happy.
Sure do.
2 pounds is 2 pounds.
They said, yeah, he appeared to be hallucinating, clearly, because there was no man. And he did eventually admit to smoking meth earlier that day.
Sounds like a breakfast of champions.
That'll definitely get you arrested. And then we talked about it before, whether it's the city, whether it's your association. People have to deal with a bunch of crap. And this Florida man really sucks what he's going through. So this is in Dunedin, I believe I'm saying that right. And he is having to fight to pay nearly $30,000 in code violations. And Jimmy, you were just in Dunedin the other day, so you can tell us why he's fighting these $30,000, right?
I was, yeah. Check this out.
I think it's outrageous. I'm trying not to think about it, but I'll be booted out of this house. I'll have to find another place to live. It's outrageous for being fined this amount for being tardy cutting your grass.
The grass did what grass does, and a code inspector saw that it was more than the 10 inches the city allowed, and Jim was officially on the hook.
We are arguing in our lawsuit that limitless fines are in fact unconstitutional.
In February, the U.S. Supreme Court unanimously ruled that the 8th Amendment prohibits cities from imposing excessive fines.
Wow, it's the first time I heard anybody bitch about 10 inches.
Oh my God.
Jimmy.
What's that with 10 inches?
Nothing. So 10 inches. That's excessive. So $30,000. Can you imagine? So it was $500. They fined him up to $500 per day over the summer because his grass grew higher than 10 inches.
That's great. Why didn't he just cut the grass?
And now they said that the city moved to foreclose on his home too.
Oh, that's terrible.
It's just nuts. I mean, the guy is on a limited amount. He's retared, so he's got limited funds coming in. The whole situation sucks, but it looks like they are fighting it.
Good.
So
maybe cooler heads will prevail.
We'll see what happens. I mean, he's even talking about, let's go to the Supreme Court.
Let's do it.
Yeah, well, he's got $30,000 in fines, which is pretty excessive, and it's going to cost him $50,000 to fight it with a lawyer.
Yeah, that's a true story.
That's the bad part.
Maybe somebody will take it pro bono.
Maybe this guy is.
Yeah. That's it.
And that is your What the Florida.
Awesome. We usually do this at the 15, 11:15, 12:15, or 1:15, but we got our buddy Andy Quinn, day trader, going to call the show today.
Actually, he's on hold waiting for us.
Oh, okay. So what do you want to do? You want Andy to hear Greek misspeak?
Yeah, that sounds like fun, huh?
All right, let's do that, and then we can bring Andy Quinn on. Let's do it.
This is your Greek Misspeak Review.
That's a fantastic thing,
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's very nice. You're so smart. What? Say that again?
Being a dumb guy's not so awful. I'll show you.
You know, but if it's a better opportunity, they would do the same thing. You just go like, hey, I just found a better opportunity, or you know what, you put more poker chips in front of me. What poker chips?
I've never heard of poker chips. That's all.
Cops wonder, should have went there and said, hey, you're getting arrested. Unless you pay us. How you like that, Kennel? He's really lied about the whole thing since day one, so, I mean, you become crazy like, don't lie! But behind the scenes, they must be barracudas.
What even is that?
Maybe she was like a paper boy or something like that.
Oh, fantastic!
Well, I also think when the average person is on Jeopardy, I would think it's probably an average person.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
Jimmy, I don't know how to come up with these every week.
I don't
don't either.
Wow, it's unbelievable.
Takes forever.
Sure. 12:15, 1:15. Probably takes as quick as it does for me to lose 1,000. Here's a guy who doesn't lose money, who has taken the time out to give us a call. My buddy, day trade king, Andy Quinn. What's up, Andy?
You know, it's so funny because whenever I'm on TV or on any of the radio stations, they're always like, you know, the producers are always telling me, they're like, you know, hey, make sure you're prepared, know what you're going to say, stay on the topic, and that way you'll have your thoughts all together when you go on air. And I always tell them, whatever market I'm in, I say, listen, I know a guy in West Palm who misspeaks every other sentence on the radio. He makes like $1 million. Highest rated DJs in Florida.
I'm not a DJ on radio.
Why do you want to be? That's true. But I'm like, why are you so concerned about me misspeaking?
This is true.
And I've learned from you that you can be a star and still have scattered thoughts.
Yes, and not know the English language. It's crazy.
Stephen A. Smith just got a big raise from ESPN.
That's true, and he knows nothing about the NFL.
But see, I'm good at what I do.
Francis, how are you, too? Francis, I have been wondering, how is the marriage going? I've not been able to keep up.
I know. Well, we haven't seen each other in a number of years, and everything's great. I did it right this time around. Yep, everything's going really, really great. Hopefully you're doing well too, Andy.
Well, I am definitely starting to recover, but I'm certainly not doing as good as you. I can tell that you have found Mr. Right and not Mr. Right now, so I'm very happy for you.
Thank you.
Oh, no, that's I have a tattoo on my arm.
Oh, yeah, do you say that's a great
So, Andy, what's going on with Uber? Should I take an Uber soon?
You know, Greek, Uber is about to go public, and it is really, it's picked possibly, you know, one of the weirdest days of the stock trading year of the year to go public, because Trump has announced that these tariffs are going to kick in here in the United States as a retaliation effort to go against China, and China refuses to negotiate properly with us. So Uber's going public during a day today when the stock market's crashing.
Wow. I don't know if I want to call.
Yeah, it's one of the strangest things I've ever seen. If I was Uber's executives, knowing that we were going into this tariff threat, where stocks overall could come down, you know, I probably would have held off on this first day of trading and maybe tried it out next week.
And can they do that? Because I'm not familiar with it.
I think they could have held up if they wanted to, maybe 3 to 5 days. I'm not sure on how the SEC rules with that, but ultimately their luck is pretty awful, because they're going to try and go public here in about an hour. I think the stock is going to trade at somewhere in the neighborhood of $50 a share.
Yeah, I saw 45, so yeah, something like that.
Oh, 45? Yeah. I think that values, well, if it's 45, that values Uber at about $80 billion right out of the gate.
Wow, that's huge.
$80 billion. Yeah, now, I mean, for everybody out there listening who uses Uber, they say, well, hey, it's a great service. But I was taking a look at the numbers, you know, that they do this thing called the roadshow, and they try and pitch all of the stock investors to buy their stock. And during this roadshow last month, they were announcing that they do about $11 billion of revenue a year right now off of that app, okay? A total of $11 billion. They lose $1.7 billion doing the $11 billion.
Oh, that's not great. Sounds like me at the track.
Now, why is that, Andy?
Yeah, that does sound like a Vegas trip. Well, I tell you what, Fran, you know, we've been told for years, hey, listen, Amazon lost money for 10 years, and now they're one of the most profitable companies in the world, Amazon. So the belief is that to put together that Uber app, put together all the drivers, put together Uber Eats, and manage this thing that you're going to lose billions a year doing it
Mm-hmm.
until you finally catch the curve and you get enough customers to get your revenues maybe doubled to the point where you are no longer losing, you are making money. But it's always hypothetical. You know, they're asking everybody to buy these shares at $50 a pop right now. But you're buying into a company that has never made dime one.
So what is your opinion? Buy or sell? And if it is, whatever it is, these are two questions.
Well, not sell, because...
I mean, buy into it or not buy it. And the second question is, what do you think this stock could go to for the average person? I mean, to break it down to just nuts and bolts, screws and loose.
All right. I get all the screws. Is that...
Gonna hear that next week, Andy.
Yep. That's another misbeat for you.
Dances up lap.
We get these things every 5 minutes. You know, I have to look at this from my perspective if I'm on here telling people whether they should or should not buy Uber.
Okay.
I view it as a lotto ticket. So yes, as it goes public at or around anywhere from $40 to $45, maybe as high as $50.
Okay.
I may pick up some shares, to be honest with you. I may buy some shares today.
Okay.
Now, I also feel like if they are not able to turn a profit after I've held these shares for a few years, I do feel as though I could lose every dollar I'm putting in. I really feel like it could go to zero.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's scary.
Yeah. Now, if it doesn't go to zero, from Fran's statement of, you know, what does this mean when you're not making money, and how can this turn around? I think that Uber is a lotto ticket in respect that, all right, so I'm spending $50 a share. I think this could go as high as $200 a share in 3 to 5 years.
Oh, wow, that's good. So, I mean, it's really half empty or half full. It might craft a bet, or it might triple.
He's right. You know, it's no different than walking into Vegas and putting it on red or black, in my opinion. And a lot of people don't like to call stocks gambling and gaming, but I'm telling you right now, this is flat out gambling.
Andy, again, we appreciate your always time. You give us the inside of stuff like that. And like you said, it's really a crapshoot, like a lot of stocks.
Yeah, and we are on the phone with Andy Quinn. Do you think, not talking about stocks, but talking about as a consumer, because of this going public, do you think that we're going to see prices for Uber rides go up, like the fares?
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Being that every company that I have followed since I'm 23 years old and I'm now 50.
Was it 25?
Every company I have followed has tried to impress Wall Street.
Yes.
By sucking as much cash out of the cow as they can. You understand? Every quarter they have to put their results out there to Wall Street, and Wall Street says, hey, I'm either going to buy your stock or sell your stock.
Yeah.
Well, if I put out good numbers quarter after quarter, I'm going to get investors. So, in order to do that, normally they try and raise prices and, squeeze the stone dry, suck all the water out of it, which would be the employees, which are the drivers. The drivers are already protesting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yesterday.
And the customers, too. I mean, that's one. Yeah, the employees and the customers are going to pay for it. That's bottom line.
Yeah. That's why there's so much risk in Uber, because I don't even think we know how this is going to go down. If they tell the drivers you're no longer a contract laborer, well, if the government tells the drivers this, and Uber has to start paying health care and minimum wages and expenses on the vehicles, tires, oil, gasoline, you could see this company go bust in an overnight situation.
Wow, that's huge.
Now, I don't know if that'll happen.
Yeah, but still.
I don't know if that could ever happen. But still,
it's a possibility.
When you have you have a company that's not making any money, I would say that the risk is insane in this, because you're basically betting on 5 to 10 years out that we are going to have autonomous cars pull up to your home without a driver. Uber's going to send you the car. It's going to electronically be a Tesla or something like that, and it's going to pick you up and take you without a driver. There's going to allegedly be no steering wheel and no brake or gas pedal. These are going to be drive-by-wire vehicles.
Andy, that's crazy, bro. We appreciate your time. It's that time for us where we're going to take a little bit of a break. And thanks for the insight. And don't be such a stranger, bro. We miss you. And anytime you got any insight. So before we let you go, how many shares are you buying for us for Uber?
Well, it all depends. One, I can come on a Wednesday. What would Greek do? And I'll trade you. I'll trade you free psychological service for a share of Uber.
Oh, that's nice. I love it.
You should take that deal.
I think that's a great deal. Bro, stay out of trouble and keep in touch. Thanks for your time.
Penthouse Show. Love you. Thank you.
Thank you, Andy. Andy. Andy's a great guy. Andy Quinn, that's the day trader. This guy makes money, knows what's going on. He gave a great breakdown of Uber.
I would like to pick his brain on what else he thinks is a hot commodity right now, too.
Yeah, I mean, everybody keeps asking about Uber. And again, Franny's been a big fan of Uber and used it for years.
Still do, and Lyft.
Yeah. I mean, we have Sarah B., who calls the show. She's a Lyft driver. But people, it's a way of life. I mean, when you go to stadiums now, places, you see signs, Uber, pickup. You never saw that years ago. But hopefully it continues success and people are happy. It doesn't seem that the drivers are happy. But then again, at the end of the day, you ask a lot of employees if they're happy, and most times people say they are not.
Which is unfortunate.
But we're happy. That's right. We're happy here at Real Radio iHeart. We're happy you are listening. It is the Penthouse. It is a Friday, which is always a good thing for a lot of people that get jacked up. Don't forget Mother's Day. That is Sunday. You want to take care of your mom. iHeart and Real Radio are celebrating. You got the Love Doctors. They're coming up next. Dano, Luke, and Dr. Glenn, 2 to 7. And it is our time to take a little knee. That's what we're going to do. And pretty soon you get a chance to win $1,000. We had another winner last night. Why can't it be you? And Locker Room will be live tomorrow at Gulfstream Park. We'll return in a few minutes, and I'll tell you about the NFL and the Game of Thrones. What a crazy marriage in the Greeks trifecta. Peace.
Real Radio 94.3, an iHeart radio station. She's not just your mom. She's your cheerleader, your storyteller, your problem solver, your hand holder, your broken heart healer. At International Diamond Center, we're celebrating Mom this week and honoring her for all the little things she does. Things that go unnoticed, unmentioned. So we've put together a fantastic collection of stylish and affordable jewelry for the occasion, including sterling silver diamond matching lariat necklaces for only $199.